journey. Welcome to Walking the Path. I'm so grateful to be here with you today, and in the Instagram world, in the Facebook Live, in the YouTube world. I'm grateful to be here. I'm grateful to be alive today. I'm grateful for today. So I'm so excited to share with you these four things, four processes that will help end the inner tug of war. Hi, everybody. Great to see you. Thanks for joining. People are streaming in. I'll take a minute, just a quick minute, and talk about rythmia. Hey, Dee, Dorota, great to see you. I'm just going to take a minute and talk about rythmia and let you know what's going on at rythmia today and this week, and then jump into the four processes that will help us end the inner tug of war. So, Liz, I'm grateful for you too. Thank you. I'm looking at these beautiful comments. Mark, hello. Sean, welcome. Yo, what's up? So, okay, rythmia. What's going on at rythmia this week? We have Ron Guerin as our guest speaker. Who is Ron Guerin? He is an astronaut. And met him, man, let me tell you, this guy has lived under space, underwater, lived underwater for 6 months at the bottom of the ocean. He piloted the space shuttle twice and did 4 spacewalks and lived on the space station for 6 months. And after a week at rythmia, he said to me, John, my week at rythmia topped all of that. I said, you mean it was like equal to doing a spacewalk or seeing the Earth from the space station? He goes, no, it topped that. So, excuse me, Tate, what's up, brother? Love you too, man. Oh, so great to be here. I needed y'all. I needed y'all today. Let me tell you, because the reason why the topic is here is because I'm having my own inner tug of war. So, let me share with you my own inner tug. I have a friend that has a radio show called Take My Advice, I'm Not Using It. So sometimes I have really great advice and I need to use it myself, right? So, all right, here we go. Beta, great to see you. This little light, hello. Christine, hello. Wow, everybody's coming in. All right, so we know what's going on at rythmia, transformation. What's happening every week at rythmia? We have this amazing guest speaker, Ron Guerin, this week, and soul mergers are happening, coming back to a state of wholeness, coming back to a state of oneness. That's what rythmia is about. And actually, that's what all spiritual growth and development is about. The Course in Miracles says the only lack we need correct is a sense of separation. The only lack we need to correct is a sense of separation. And the only way to correct that lack is through forgiveness. Well, this is the work of rythmia. This is the work of all spiritual growth and development, to realize that no matter what, we're perfect, whole, and complete, regardless of the circumstances. No matter what, we're one with the source of all of life, regardless of the circumstances, regardless of the appearances, regardless of how I feel. I'm one with God. I'm one with the divine. I'm one with the mother. I'm one with the father. I'm one with Pachamama. I'm one with spirit. I'm one. No matter what, but sometimes we don't feel like it, right? So that's where the Course of Miracles comes in and says the only lack we need correct is a sense of separation. So how do we correct? So the sense of separation is that tug of war, right? When we're feeling disharmony in our relationships, feeling disharmony in our physical body, feeling disharmony at work, feeling any issue, whether it's health, wealth, or interpersonal relationships, finances, spirituality, ego, whatever the appearance of problem is, whatever the problem appears to be, there's one sure answer, one sure solution to every problem. There's one sure way to end your own inner civil war. How? Or your own inner tug of war. How? Drop the rope. That's the first thing. Drop the rope, right? If we're struggling, right? I'm resisting something. How do I end the inner tug of war? Drop the rope. How do I end the outer tug of war? If I'm fighting with somebody, or if I'm having challenges in work or with an interpersonal relationship, how do I end that inner civil or that inner tug of war? I'm looking over here at my Instagram. It looks like it's going crazy. I'm going to start this again because I had this issue before. So thank you for your patience. Here we go. And we're going to start this again really quickly. Thank you. Just so that since the live on Instagram, something went wild. Thanks. Technical issues. Appreciate your patience, and thanks for the Instagram world. Sorry, we had a little technical issue there. So first, number one thing to do. Reynolds says resistance equals persistence. Yes, that's it. What we resist persists. Drop the rope. Right? That's the first key to ending our inner tug of war, is to stop struggling. Drop the rope. Right on with that is the next resolution, the next thing, the next way to solve any problem, solve any issue, resolve any disharmony, bring peace where there's chaos. In any situation, stop thinking about the problem and start thinking about God. This is wisdom from Emmett Fox, a little pamphlet called The Golden Key. I had purchased this years ago. It must have been in a book, right? Hi, Reverend Julie. Hi, Coco. Hi, Liz. Wow, everybody's here. Beautiful. Jordan, great to see you. Thank you. So there's a little pamphlet called The Golden Key by Emmett Fox. 6 pages. The golden key to solving any problem. Stop thinking about the problem. Start thinking about God. Stop thinking about the problem. Start thinking about peace. Start thinking about love. Start thinking about harmony. Start thinking about joy. Start thinking about excellence. Start remembering our oneness no matter what. I'm one with the source of all of life no matter what. I'm one. I'm perfect, whole, and complete no matter what. This is the beginning. So the first thing, drop the rope. Second thing, stop thinking about the problem. Start thinking about God. And then we can do some inner work. Whenever there's an issue, right? The issue is an external stimuli that's coming in, that's activating something within me. Now, it doesn't mean that the person that I'm having an issue with might not have an issue, right? Doesn't mean that they they very well could be unfair or unjust or something going on over there, right? But I can never do anything about over there. The only thing I can do anything about is in here. And in fact, if I want to see peace in my external relationship, I have to find peace within myself, right? If I want to see peace in the world, I can't see it if I don't have it within me. So there are 2 other processes that can really help, that have helped me to ground in the face of external circumstance. And those first 2 steps, dropping the rope and stop thinking about the problem and start thinking about oneness, start thinking about love, start thinking about God. And then the next thing, this process of higher self conversations. So, when we're in a meditative state, Janice, hello, how you doing? Good to see you. Thank you. When we're in a meditative state, Nikki, what's up? Ethan, hello. When we're walking on the beach, when we're in nature, when we're feeling that connection, that oneness, when we have that sense of, oh, yes, when we're connected, when we feel heart-centered, when we're coherent in our heart. And we can do that by going out in the nature, or we can do that by just doing some coherence breathing in and out through the heart space. When we get to that space, I can then have a conversation, my higher self to the other person's higher self. Have a higher self to higher self conversation. We begin doing the work in consciousness and seeding the ground for the eventual conversation that I'm going to have to clean up whatever situation is, because we have to have that conversation, right? There's something going on with somebody, and I want to clear the air. I need to be heard, and they need to be heard. How do we do that in a loving way? How do we do that in an open, honest, and loving way? Well, the first thing we can do, one of the things we can do, is begin seeding the ground of that conversation through our inner work, higher self to higher self. The next piece of that is this beautiful, because forgiveness is the way to oneness, right? if the only lack we need to correct is a sense of separation, then, and the only way to get to the correction of that lack, correcting our misperception that we're separate, is through forgiveness. So, ho'oponopono is such a powerful forgiveness exercise. If you're not familiar with ho'oponopono, it is a Hawaiian tradition, a Hawaiian prayer for conflict resolution. And my understanding is that the big kahuna, right, if the lower chieftains were fighting, families were fighting, the big kahuna would have them come together and say these 4 things. I'm sorry. Forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Forgive me. I love you. Thank you. Right? Ho'oponopono is such a powerful process. So in addition, so the 4 things, once again: first, drop the rope. Second, stop thinking about problems, start thinking about God. Third is higher consciousness to higher consciousness. Have a higher self to higher self conversation. When you feel coherent in your heart, when you're coming in that heart coherent space, in bliss, in joy, in love, and connection, having that conversation with the other person in consciousness, with the other group, with the other organization, with whatever I perceive as being the external issue to my problem, begin to work and seed the ground. And then finally, our inner work with ho'oponopono. I'm sorry. We can say this to ourselves. First of all, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for not being more spiritual. I'm sorry for not choosing higher. I'm sorry for being stingy. I'm sorry for not seeing the bigger picture. I'm sorry for taking it personally. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for the lies. I'm sorry for the mistakes. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Forgive me. Forgive me. We're human. We're all human. We all make mistakes. We're all trying our best. We don't have to live this drama anymore. We don't have to live this story. We don't have to live this trauma. Forgive me. The chains of unforgiveness are toxic, and we can release those chains. We just let go. We just surrender it all. I forgive. I forgive. I forgive. I forgive me. I forgive you. I forgive us. I forgive. I forgive. And then I love you. I love you. I love everything about you. I love everything you are. I love everything you aren't. I love it. I love how you walk in the world. I love what you're up to in the world. I love that you want to expand. I love that you want to grow. I love that you are conscious, that you're aware. I love that you're on this path. I love that you're on the planet. I love you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for hearing me. Thank you for being my family. Thank you for being my friend. Thank you for being my lover. Thank you for being my boss. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for being me. Thank you. Thank you. We work with ho'oponopono in this way. And there's videos on YouTube. You can get videos that you can play at night before you go to sleep. There's traditional renditions of it. There's more contemporary renditions, or you can just do what I just did and work through, I'm sorry, forgive me, I love you, thank you, right? We can work through that for ourselves and for others. These 4 processes will be of service to anyone who is genuinely interested in moving out of a state of conflict, out of a state of disharmony, out of a state of chaos, and into a greater state of clarity and peace and love. It's a great way to have open, honest, and loving communication, right? We're seeding the ground in our consciousness, clearing up our own inner tug of war within ourselves, so that when we see that, when I can see that peace in me, then wow, I can see that peace as a possibility in the external situation. So it's always on subject, even though it's not saying that there's not issues or injustice, right? I'm not saying that just because we're doing this work doesn't excuse, right? That's the other piece of forgiveness, is I realize that anything that was done intentionally or unintentionally to hurt, harm, or endanger me by another was done out of ignorance. And anything I did to myself to hurt, harm, or endanger myself was done out of ignorance. Fundamentally, because if I really knew better, I would have done better. If I really knew better, I would have done better. That's the truth. If they really knew better, if we really understood that I can't hurt somebody else without hurting me, and I can't help someone else without helping me, no matter what, that it's just, if we really understood oneness, I couldn't do that. I wouldn't do that to you, and you wouldn't do that to me. But there's an ignorance around that. There's a blind spot there. And so forgiveness doesn't condone the action of the other. Forgiveness is the deep realization that the action was done out of ignorance, and I can forgive the deed. I can forgive the doer, but not the deed. I can forgive the doer, but not the deed. So, whew. Hey guys. Hey Anna. Hey Sherry. Great to see you both. Burate, hello. Thank you so much. Thank you. Melissa Bell, great to see you. Todd, see you soon. You're going to be here Saturday. Beautiful Sacred Roots. What's up? It's so great. Thank you all so much. Jake, Kent, brother, good to see you. So I'm so grateful. Let me do a quick recap for those who just joined. This coming soon. For those who just joined, how to end the inner tug of war. Number 1, drop the rope. Number 2, stop thinking about the problem. Start thinking about God. Start thinking about joy. Start thinking about love. Start thinking about peace. Start thinking about oneness. Number 3, bring yourself to a state of heart coherence and have a higher self to higher self conversation with that person. Clean it up, work it out in consciousness, seed the ground for the ultimate conversation that we're going to have. And number 4, ho'oponopono. I'm sorry, forgive me, I love you, thank you. Saying it to yourself and saying it to the other person. All right. Wow. I'm so grateful for this community. Thank you all so much for joining. I love this. I love you. I'm really grateful for those. Looks like Melissa and Todd will be at Rythmia next week. I'll see you then. And I'm so grateful. And I am really, 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 really excited to see what's unfolding for everyone. This is such an amazing time. So let's stay connected. I'll see you next week for Walking the Path. And sending much love and richest blessings. Thank you.